right?
Listen, Saul, I have a message for my counterparts and other people. Ask not what NAR can do for you, but what you can do for NAR.
Yes.
You see, if it's the mindset of sitting down waiting on them, and they do an excellent job, and I'm 100% supporter, but the mindset of being dependent your whole life, listen, man, Orlando will be 100 years old tomorrow. I mean, next year. When are we going to grow up? The next 100 years? What's the mindset? So, if Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, I want everybody to ask not what your association can do for you, but what you can do for your association. Bring me your storylines. Bring me your special circumstances. Bring me your odd sales. Bring me your tales of what you fought through. Bring me your elected officials. Bring me all of these people and watch me put something out there that consumers can get behind. The philosophy and the mindset of our organizations has to change. You are an individual sovereign business. Now act like one.
Yeah. Yeah, you are a separate corporate entity. And the big identified piece here, Cliff, is consumer visibility.
Mm-hmm.
Consumer visibility in an entertaining way. Over time, that story will get told. And, I think about this. It's like this, like people know about Bitcoin. People know about blockchain. People know that it's called distributed database. It's distributed. No longer is all the power in one place. It's distributed. That's what local associations are. They're like the blockchain, right?
So let me ask you a question. So and here's a theoretical question, but it's intended to cause the mind to work. So once all the property titles are out there on blockchain, and all the mortgages are out there on blockchain, and all the information is out there on blockchain, will people still subscribe to an MLS to get what's out on the free market?
Well, so that's a great question, Cliff. And when I said that I believe that MLSs and associations are at risk, you're kind of leading me down that very path. That's the conversation I would have with you. Right?
So because out of respect for my MLS, I'll forego that pivot, and I'll just say this: innovate or die.
Yeah. So it's good that you're looking at it. It's good that I'm looking at it. It's good that we're thinking about it. And it's good that we're thinking about it realistically, that it could happen, because only then will we come up with solutions.
Yes, and that's the whole point of the Orlando Regional Real Estate Network. That's the whole point of the subsidiary corporation. I hope that the light at the end of the tunnel is the end of the tunnel, but just in case that light at the end of the tunnel is a train, I'm gonna make sure that I own my industry, whether or not other people are participating or not. I'm going to make sure in Orlando, this organization that was the Association of Realtors, this organization that used to be realtors, but now is protecting real estate interests, I want us to be around the next 100 years. And no, I'm not predicting doom and gloom. I'm just talking about my moral responsibility to my people to make sure that this organization is around and viable and is lobbying and is taking care of the real estate interests for the next 100 years.
No, that's a great attitude, Cliff, because one of the things I say is the foundation of the organization is that associations have a perpetual existence.
Yes.
And sometimes our leaders, they forget that. It's got a perpetual existence. That means that you're built on the shoulders of the giants who came before you. And you've got to make sure it's still there for the people who are that are coming down the pike, right? So this perpetual existence idea of your organization, and you're serving that concept of perpetual existence.
Down to the staff. Everyone that's there now has to be forward thinking. Everyone that's there now has to be understand that I don't want to do what we did the last 100 years. I don't want to do what we did. I didn't come to Orlando to do what I did in Birmingham. I didn't go to Birmingham to do what I did at the Emerald Coast. If you're not living, you're dying. If you're not moving forward, then you're headed towards the grave. And so we have a staff now that is forward thinking. I have some of the best staff people in the world, and they're planning on some things, Saul, that I can only tell you under NDA, that I could never tell you. But I tell you this, we're getting ready. My goal is to shock the world. I have the best leadership. I have a line of leaders that you absolutely would not believe. And I have plans for each of them going out 5 years, down to my secretary. I know what I'm going to be doing with that secretary 4 years from now. And the treasurer, I know exactly what I'm going to launch during the treasurer's year, and the president-elect. And they know, and they see the vision, and they know that we're going to have these different things in this wheel and spoke, and that there's going to be multiple companies, and that we're going to build a conglomerate like the other billion-dollar TV people have done off of our industry. We're going to tell our own story.
Yeah, you have a strategy, right?
Yes.
So you actually, it's not lip service to you. You actually have created a strategy. You've even gone so far probably as to name each year with some kind of vision or mission. So next year is this, and the next year is this, and the next year, and your position, because that type of organization is going to get things done because people know where they stand.
Right, and we're going to keep on rolling it out. And you know, the most important thing was getting the leadership and the members to the mindset of, so what if it fails? We don't fail, we learn. They fail. We don't fail, we learn. So what? Our responsibility to the members is that they see us fog the dadgum mirror. Our responsibility to the members is that they see us advocate. Listen, advocacy is not an RPAC word. Advocate means being wherever you're supposed to be to advocate on behalf of these members when you're supposed to be there. If that's in China, if that's globally in Brazil, if that's at NAR, if it's at the conventions, my members know, I don't care if we fail. Failure is not trying. Failure is me getting back in that nest, tilting my head up and opening my mouth and waiting on the state association or the national association to drop something in there. Failure is expecting these members to give me their money every January and giving them absolutely nothing back in return for the next 11 months. That's failure. So we're going to fail forward. If this is a bust, hey, for the 8,000 people that loved it, that was for you. If the next endeavor is a bust, you keep on fighting. You never give up, and you fight forward. And it's like, you know what it's like. It's the battlefield. Every inch counts. Every step counts. Every crawl counts. Every roll counts. And that's what they're going to see out of us at the association, man. We're going to move forward. And what everybody else is doing, I absolutely don't care.
Nope. Because you can measure, and you're building social capital.
Yeah.
Everything you do, you're building it. Sometimes people can't see that kind of capital. That's what you're doing. You're building it. No, Cliff, it's great. But before we sign off here, anything that you'd like to say to us? I think I want everybody to get a hold of you because I like the vision that you've got, and I think people need to talk to you more about it.
Well, everybody can reach me. I have the easiest email address, Cliff L, last name long, Cliff L at Orlando Realtors with an S on the end.org. Cliff L at OrlandoRealtors.org. If you're interested in doing something innovative or new for your association, if you'd like to see yourselves up on that big screen, let me and my team work with you, and we'll help you craft something. Obviously, we do this. We're learning how to do this as a profession because we want to get good. But I can tell you this, our show went out. It's reaching a couple 100,000 people. Our phones are ringing. The goal of this is to make rock stars out of our realtors in their local community. But we will work with anybody. And don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to listen. Everybody out there, they're going to talk about you anyway. You may as well give them something to talk about. They're going to talk. I think Mr. October, Reggie Jackson, once said, people don't boo losers. Okay? People don't boo losers. And what that means is that they're talking because you're significant. They're talking because you did something. Now, get beyond what they have to say and become an expert at it. And also, listen, when COVID's up, there'll be something else, y'all. There'll be the next pandemic, epidemic, global scare. How long are you going to stay worried about it? Make yourself an expert at COVID. Become the expert at it. Become the expert at running your association during COVID times. Quit running, quit hiding. Get out there and live this life. Don't you let these little things that happen in life cause you to hide and run and be afraid. Hey, social distance, cover your mouth, wash your hands, be the best at that while conducting your business. You got to live this life. You're going to get one life and you're going to have to give an account for it one day. So live it and absolutely squeeze everything you can out of it. That's my message to everybody out there.
Well, I couldn't have said it better, Cliff. Thank you so much for taking the time and spending some time with us. It's always great to see you. We'll have to get together sometime after this COVID thing's done.
Man, I can't wait, and be ready. I'll send you my NDA first, because
You got it.
you see where we go next.
I'll be looking for it. Right?
Hey,
Okay,
Cliff, you made me think of that movie, When Harry Meets Sally. I'll have what he had.
Yeah. Man, I got a good dose of the Lord, man. I'm a blessed man. We've come this far by faith, and look at us and what we've done, and we have nothing to do but march forward. Stop hiding, stop running, live this life, man. It's beautiful. We've seen so much in America. This is not our first time seeing civil unrest. This is not our first virus. We've seen all this. All we have is the media focusing on it. We have outlived so much of this. Let's go out and live our lives and love on each other, man, and go get some sunshine, some vitamin D, and go hug some grandchildren, and go love forward and live forward and walk forward. Hey, man, I'm just thankful to be here, and I'm thankful to be on your show.
Yep. Well, we're thankful to have you. Thankful for our friendship and for the time that we've been able to spend over the years together, Cliff. It's fun watching you grow.
Really great.
Well, listen. The next 100's coming. Get your NDA.
Send it to me. I'll sign it.
Hey, the new motto song is "So Sue Me." So sue me. We're not going to march backwards. So sue me.
Perfect.
We're not going backwards.
Well, we're with you. If we can do anything to help you, you let us know. We'll write something up here. We'll put this out. We'll get you some exposure. We'll push it down a couple of different channels that we got. And if you got something and you think you want to push it out, send it to us. We'll push it out.